The late Gwendolyn Lane, who did a beautiful translation of this work, he translated this phrase, restless in the production of beings.
So I am not to be here too long. We do need things ready to take home somewhere around the middle of the train. Thank you. This train is not going beyond Warrington. Passengers will need to leave this service, unfortunately, and wait on the platform for the next available service. We do need to move this train as empty stock. That will allow another train to come into the platform eventually. Sincerely apologise, it is a signal failure in the Hunts Cross area that we have no control over. I do apologise. I need to leave this train now.
And then we're going off to Concert Square then.
Yeah, Concert Square.
Yeah.
I've got this weird philosophy move up strata of like organisational ways. What? That's the way I always mention this. You know, I always keep all this sort of shit, but I always think of like this as being a strap. Impressive. Poking it right. Oh, I was meant to go. Udon. Udon, please. Udon.
Should we just order food and see what happens?
Is this like his autobiography then?
Not his autobiography.
Maybe after he's dead or something like that, yeah.
My day-to-day interactions with people, they want to be like, it's, you know, a certain type of people on a certain level doing and stuff.
Oh, as long as you minimise it.
Yeah, and but it's
Bite size.
I'm craving like, I feel like every second counts in a way, and I'm like I'm really aware of like the possibility of like dying before I'm actually meant to die.
And then again, he's like really numbed himself. He's like, fuck film. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to think about this. I just want to be like the child playing, just making things.
There's an element of that, but I think
that is that important. But he's not got the.
Yeah.
He really needs anxiety.
Yeah.
Like people always think that it's something that should be illuminated, and I'm like, no, because it just increases all the best artworks in any form. are just built out of fucking crisis. Like in everything, like Rembrandt and just all these knockout masterpieces are just made on these psychic crises that people have, and when they're doing it, they're just absolutely tapping into the age as well, because they're just like kind of like being this chaotic Lorentzian attractor, and then kind of funneling it through and then presenting it in this like condensed form.
Thank you all from over here. Basically a vegan vegetarian cafe. Twat still coming up. Too many stairs.
Just feels really Grand Central. I like it.
An image that never fails to impress me as a stubborn and endearing paradox, perhaps also an image of quixotic futility. We have a 7th century Sanskrit poet, Bana, who may also have thought the dust was alive, because the very first verse of his prose masterpiece, the Kadambari, begins with the word rajas, meaning, guess what? It's an invocation to the god Shiva. I bow to the unborn god who, rich in rajas, gives birth to the universe, who as pure being maintains it, and who as darkness reabsorbs all that lives. Rich in rajas. The late Gwendolyn Lane, who did a beautiful translation of this work, she translated this phrase, restless in the production of beings. And restless is good for rajas, the reddish stuff of passion and of generative female seed. So you may be wondering what this cosmogonic rajas has to do with the powdery dust of Mamidada. Possibly the ancient word, which is well known already in the Veda, has expanded its meaning far beyond anything as mundane as the dust of the street. Rajas is a domain in the Vedic cosmos. In fact, we have 2 celestial firmaments, Rajas Uttamam and Rajas Uparam, one higher than the next. And they are the heavenly worlds more generally, which are referred to in the plural as Rajansi, and they're associated with mists and vapors and spray and clouds. On the other hand, rajas trivially does mean plain old dust, or pollen, or the sun motes that are called gorajas, later trasareno, as we'll see in a moment. In short, we may have to make room for the notion that dust is the very stuff of creation, or that as such, dust has a metaphysical role to play in ancient India. Not perhaps so exotic an idea, after all. So, rajas, as many people know very well in this room, rajas is one of the 3 ropes or strands, gunas, that intertwine to constitute our reality according to the classical philosophical schools of Sankhya and Yoga. As a world-creating guna, it is regularly associated with passion. So when the Buddha's brother Nanda, a very reluctant convert to Buddhism, the family religion, finally reports to his teacher that after an intense inner struggle he has been able to see the Buddha's teaching and make it his own, the Buddha says to him, "This kind of reasoning was obviously blocked in you by the dust of passion, rajas, just as the light of the sun is obscured by a strong gust of dust, rajasa chandavate," in de Colville's translation. So, erotic desire, turns out, is a dusty force. And however creative it might be, as in the verse we just saw, it is also apparently likely to hide the truth, to block perception, and baffle cognition. Maybe because creating the world demands exactly this act of laying down an illusion. transparent world as no world at all. It's easy for us to accept this set of meanings. We know what dust storms are like. Countless passages in our sources call up this image of the blinding and bewildering dust storm. In Tamil, dust has a natural tendency to rise, to fill space, thereby clouding one's vision. Even dust storms may have a powerful erotic charge, is susceptible to the sexual potency of dust or of its analog powdery pollen. Receiving from the mango trees a rain of tiny flowers like saffron powder, pita kakshoda, he thought of his wife and gave a heavy sigh. This is in Ashwagosha's Soundarananda. Women, says the Buddhist teacher, naturally stir up the dust of passion.
We was on the same page.